Hello guys, it's a Hot Stone channel here. We're back at the Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. So right now we're going to race on the 4-wheel drive car championship. So we're going to start the race. Before we're going to do that, I will change the car first so we met the rules of the 4-wheel drive competition. So we're going to go into the garage. Let's see the cars we got here. Let's see. I'm using this one because it's perfectly fit for this car, and just tune the car. I need to tune. Oh, it's already tuned. Brake, suspension, I need this one. Okay, brake balance. Good, back to the drivetrain. Installing some limited slip full customize. It's really important. Let's look at the tires. Let's see. Oh, it's already slick. So we're going to tune the turbo. Just slightly, not too much. Okay, that is for today tune-up for this car. Then right now we're going to compete the 4-wheel drive challenge. So the first track is a super speedway track. So that is a awful track we're going to race on this one for this video. And before we're gonna do that, I will tune up a little bit of my car and setup. It needs to be lower. For the rally, you need to be higher on the ride height. Shock mount needs to be level 4. Shock rebound is a level 4 also. Camber angle, I need to use a 30.5 degrees for the front. The rear is 2.5. Okay, 2 angle, front minus 1.5, rear is 1.5. Stabilizers level 4, front and rear. Brake balance needs a level 13. So the system will be good. Gear ratio needs to be increased because this is an oval track. So we need to higher of the top speed and decrease some acceleration. For this one, need to decrease a bit. Acceleration needs to increase. So when you go into brake, it will be faster deceleration. Torque needs to be higher, so it will be lots of power of the engine. Downforce, rear is need to be higher because I want to, when the cornering, it will be faster than a normal one. And I will seek this challenge. I need to stability management system needs a level 0 and disable traction control system. So that is really a challenge for me. And we will start. No traction control, no ASM. So it will be a lot of faster, I hope, of this car. Okay, good. Faster. Why I need to tune out so much to 400 horsepower? Because 4-wheel drive engine of the car is a lot of faster because they can tune up to 900 horsepower than usual, except for Escudo 5-speed version, because that car can tune up to 1100 horsepower It's really called a monster car from a Suzuki Escudo for the Pikes Peak version. And sorry for the PlayStation 2 game quality, because that is what can I do. If I going to be higher of the quality, it will be stuttering of the game. So needs a better CPU card, because emulator needs to be a powerful speed of the processor. So it will be cost too much if I need to save the money and build, because changing a processor means you need to change a lot. You need to change the main board as well, except if the chipset is the same as your motherboard, it'll be you don't need to change the motherboard. But if the processor and the chipset of motherboard is different of the series, you need to change the motherboard also. So you need to get some extra money to buy that, to keep it safe. Fifth gear. I kind of really bored of the oval track, to be honest, because there's no challenging, just going with a high speed all around of the oval and the circuit. So yeah, it's gotta be bothering. If there's a lots of corners, it will be a huge advantage and huge challenge for me, because there's a lot of hone of the learn some skills for your experience, so it can be your advantage for your professional driving skills career. Okay, this is the last lap. We need to maintain our gap, because the car back of me is going too near on the tail light of my car. So we need to make sure not that happen. So it will be dangerous if it will do that happen. Okay, last lap. Okay, we're going to win this race. Easy race for this kind of the car with the slightly tuned up to the 400 horsepower. Okay, we got 5,000 credits. Going to exit, going to the next race. And this time I will record 2 tracks for this one video. So it's gonna be a longer video than usual. Okay, start. Apricot Raceway. Good. Without traction control, the car accelerates really faster than usual. And that system controls some of your acceleration and deceleration. So that system really restricted of your power, the power of the engine to accelerate and decelerate your car. Lots of power when exiting the corner, because I'm using turbo level 2, so that is a huge advantage of this car. And carrying too much power on the exit of the hairpin. And the handling is really good because I already tuned the suspension and the brakes, so it will be a lot so faster. And we're going to pass the start on finish line straight, going to second lap. I kinda like this track because lots of high speed section, lots of technical corners like hairpins and the high speed corners around here, so I kinda really like it, especially for this four-wheel drive car. It's really stable on the car, even though the car carry lots of power than front engine, front rear engine and mid rear engine, but it's still a very enjoyable car to drive. But the front rear drive car proposes to, even though the car looks carry more power, but still it's really suited for a drifting car build because it's really easier. Even though the mid rear engine is much easier to drift, but some of the place of the Japan that is not called the drift, it's called by power slide. I don't know the Japanese society of the drifting club calls anything like that. I really don't care about that much. And front for all-wheel drive, you cannot drift this one except for rally build purposes, because of this car Lanza, which this car applied on the rally events. They implement anti-lag when you're changing your gears. So it'll be kind of difficult, except you build some very drift tires. You have the drift tires, it will be much easier to drift, and also a higher torque and higher acceleration setup. You can also be good at the drift. Since I'm using slick tire, it's kindly very not possible to drift this car because I'm using slick tire for lots of grippy of this kind of track surface, so it's still very difficult for me to drifting, since this car built for grip to gain a fastest time instead for a driving style on the rounds of the corner, power slide or something like that. It's kind of be pointless for this race. Very good, carrying lots of power when they're exiting and inside the corners. Oh, the handling is really good, I like it. It's kind of fun when I'm not fully tuned of this car. It's really fun to drive. Very light, so I can be easier going inside the racing line. And the engine is so responsive. I kinda want to record one more track, so I really changed my mind. So this is gonna be the longest video for this Gran Turismo series. a final lap for this track. Okay, braking zone. Lower your gear up to the third gear, going inside the corners, outside, exiting the corners, going to the high speed corners, going to post to the first sector, and the gap is really good. Brake harder on the hairpin, exiting the corner, full throttle of the car, changing the gear fastly, passing the down lob, going to the hairpin on the grandstand, and don't brake too much, otherwise you will lose your gap and your racing line. Posted the second sector, braking on the double corners. This is kind of very tricky. And okay, just outside the racing line. My tire is starting to worn, so I lost a little bit of the gap, so that's normal, because the programmer said of this competition the tire is not long last, so it's kind of very interesting if I do it on the endurance series. Okay, another 5,000 credits prize for the race winner. And I'm going to record one more track, so I really changed my mind. Oh, this time it's Valley Speedway. Really long track. I hope you guys stick with me, because we're going to record lots of minutes of the video, because if I don't do that, it will be going through 100 parts, I believe, of this race. Fourth gear, and the gear shifting is really fast. I kinda like it for this one. Just slightly thrown out the corners. Okay, hard braking. Really faster. Flowing the corners. Third gear. Fourth gear. Going exit the corner on the full throttle. Fourth gear. Fifth gear. Going inside the tunnel. Long right hander. Passing, going through a double corners. So watch your speed. Even though this car is not suited for the drifting, so it cannot spin easily, but need to watch out of the balance of the car and also the acceleration and throttling. Okay, going through the start finish line straight, going to the second lap of this race. Okay, hard braking. The advantage of this car, which I tuned for, is very fast response of the gear shifting up and down, so it's kind of really easier if I going to brake lately, so you increase sometimes, and also the car acceleration That really matters. Okay, perfect exiting the corners. Really good. Improve some of the pace. Good. Going through the beach, going inside the corners, on inside the tunnels. Okay, going to through the double chicane. Don't over going to first gear, so that doesn't recommend it for racing. So the first gear is for the starting of the race, going through the acceleration. So during the race, going through the gear down to first gear is really not recommended, except for the pit stop. Because it will lose some times. Third gear, fourth gear. Gear shifting is really fast when you twisty corners. Third gear. Very good. Oh, damn well, good. Very good on the pace. Going through inside the tunnel. Fourth gear. Down to the third gear. Third gear. Fourth gear. Very tiring race. Caused a long stint of the corners of this track. It's going to be faster. Of course, just a little bit of the improve the seconds. Third gear, fourth gear. Very good. That was a very late braking. Just stick around the apex. Going to be faster. Very good at the exit. Need to push away. Third gear, fourth gear, going through start finish line straight. Another fastest lap for a little bit of improve the seconds. This is the last lap. Very bad of the inside the corners when entering. And going outside the racing line, so I lost so many seconds which I got. And the tire is starting to worn, so I lost some grip, so it will cause a little bit of the gap in the seconds. So I need to maintain the gap to save my tires. So we're going still one of this race. Okay, going to Volkswagen logo chicane, fourth gear, going through the bridge and going inside the tunnels and double long right hand corners, left and right corners. We're going to nail it. Okay, exiting the corners just a little bit of it slowly. Going through high speed corners. When exiting of the chicane, you need to full throttle. Just lost a bit of the seconds, so we cannot get some fastest lap because the tire is already worn out. So we won another race of this last track of the 4-wheel drive championship. Going to exit, and let's see the car price. Okay, it's the same Lancer Evolution 7, but with a different colors and the rims. And that is for the end of this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for a long video, because that is a way to decrease some of the parts of the video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy for the long video. And again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like my content, make sure you guys to subscribe to my channel, put it also my videos. Don't forget to share this video if you guys like it. Don't forget to turn on notification. Just hit that bell beside the subscribe button, and check out my Facebook page and my Twitter account. Make sure you follow, like them. I will put my system links in this video description down below. I will see you guys next video. See you soon. Bye bye for now. Stay tuned.